Good evening, welcome into the stream. And well, tonight just continuing on the trip back from the Formidine Rift. Just going into the private group here. So last night I sat down on this planet kind of looking for a how can I put it? Looking for a listening post, but it turns out the listening post doesn't actually exist. It's kind of a fan-made one. So looks like the sun went down anyway. So I just have to locate the ship now, really. There we go. Let me get my pages in the right way. Okay, that's much better. Right, so we're going to get underway. Oops. So you can just see the Heart and Soul Nebula off to the right there. It's a bit strange from this angle, actually. Okay, so I'm going to plot my route now. Most of these routes should be quite short now. He says he's touching wood. Why is it doing this again? Okay, because I didn't have it selected properly. So just give us 1 second, I'll run that route again. Okay, so it should give us a much clearer route now. 27 jumps. Which really isn't that far. We're only going by, let's see what I've routed into it. We've routed in F, G, and do you know what? I think tonight I'm going to run some K types back in there. No, you know what? I'm not. I'm hitting better stuff on the G and F stars, so I might as well stick with it. Hey Tangent, how's it going? Just on my way back to the bubble, but I'm in the good spot now. I'm going past quite a few decent nebula and whatnot, so I'm going to check them out as I go past. Are you at work or have you finished now? Well, you're seven hours behind us. Oh damn, the first one's a sun system. Okay, it was a sun system. I think when I get back to the bubble, I'm going to start ranking up with a few places to get permits to various systems. Yeah, it looks like the weather's changed, doesn't it? I think all around the world. I think in England they had some really good weather the last couple of days. Another sun system. Oof. I don't know if he's playing or he's dead serious. Oops. But if you've missed out on some of the streams, I've got some photographs in the Discord. Some of the more interesting places I've come across. It's pretty good.
I look like a guy. Yeah, I do. That to me is a really pretty girl.
I want one of these planets to prove me wrong about being terraformable. Everybody says they're terraformable, but everyone that I've gone to isn't. I'm just looking for one of them to prove me wrong. Like I said yesterday, it's not that I don't believe anybody, it's just that I've never had one of these turn out to be terraformable. It's just like, if I can just see one terraformable, then I'll be happy. These ones generally always fall as moons or the planets that are just outside the Goldilocks zone, so it must be a small one because it's not scanning it yet. Not forget, I've got a long range scanner on this, so okay, let's see if it's terraformable then. Please? Nope. So, I don't know. Giving up on these ones a little bit, I think. Oh, got 27 objects in this one, so you never know. Okay, so we got a G. Maximum's like 600 something, so I don't know, this one could be an interesting high metal content. It's a little bit out the zone, but it's not like, it's not ridiculously out the zone. And generally, if this one's terraformable, his friend might be terraformable, then we've got a decent income. Oh, there we go. That's quite a long distance to be scanning from. We always just need that first tasty planet on the board so we can... Hey Symbol, how's it going? Welcome into the stream. No, that one's not terraformable. Okay. I got Class M, which is probably going to be dust and dirt. I can check that one, but I don't think it's Water World, so we're going to move on. What are you up to today, Symbol? Are you working or? Oh, 7 objects, that's not too bad. Don't know with that one. Starting to get a bit miffed off with some of these things because I'm sure some of these planets in some days they look like I've been saying this for a few days now, I know, and I keep repeating it, but some of them one day they seem like a water world and then another time they're a high metal content. It's getting more difficult to spot some of them, I think. Never ever? They're not that difficult to find. He says. It's high metal content. Isn't there one of the guard? Not the guard. I always say the gardens. Isn't there one of the engineers that you have to send? You have to sell, or do some type of discovery stuff. one. Okay, this one looks semi-interesting. Yep, we've got a couple of good ones in here. Can't really see because that one's blocking it out, but that one's going to end... No, it's not going to be a good one. That's going to end up being high metal content. Yep, the other one's going to be ice. So I might as well start looking down here. There is a water world here, but it's touch and go as to what it is. I think. Do you know what? I'm just gonna jump on. I'm gonna jump if it's too far of a distance. I think I might start putting keys into the. I might start putting some keys into the route to see if I can get the RNG to throw something else up. The thing is, you do have to check some of the moons sometimes. Some of the moons seem to throw up water worlds every now and again. Yeah, hey Brian, how's it going? Hey Danilo. Which new expansion? I've got this set as the right game, haven't I? Yeah, yeah. So it's really not far to go to this one. I actually cleared some serious distance last night. Are you coming in game, Brian? I'm guessing so. Not too much. I've only just literally left the system you left, so... Aha, here's our system, look at that. Now that looks tasty if it falls between all the rules. It's a G star. So we're going from what, 350? That's okay. To 872. Damn it. So those ones are probably going to fall outside of it, but I'm going to scan them anyway. It's a couple of grand extra, so that one's probably not going to be terraformable. So let's head out there anyway. We'll see what we can get out of these. Luckily with this long range scanner you don't have to get too far from the sun. Hey Robert, how's it going? Yeah, you're only a few jumps away from me, Brian. Oh yeah, you just haven't... Technically you're not, but yeah, I get you. I get you. That grind getting you down. Oof, bloomin' heck. It's quite a lot of work to be doing. Okay, so that one's terraformable. This one should be terraformable as well, although there is a lot of ice on it, so... Bloomin' heck. Sounds like the olden days when I was going to Colonia in the Type 6. I have to repeat that one day. I missed that Type 6. I sold it for this one. Oh yeah, where is it, Brian? Put it in the Discord. It might only be sideways from here. Well, it's nebula all the way now. We're only, what, 17 jumps for a nebula? Nice to get rid of some of this scan data, actually. Oops. Oh, Christ, that one's not terraformable. So these ones, I think these ones are going to be... I'll scan them, but I don't think they're going to be terraformable, unfortunately. Alright, yeah, you did actually. I'll have a quick look. You did. Oh, it's just past the bubble nebula. Okay, yeah, I'll keep it in mind because it's probably gonna. Well, why can't you? Just a lack of stuff? Because Grandma Felicity should be able to whack it up for you. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, I got them quite easily, and I'm lazy in this game. So this one's not terraformable, but to be honest, they garner a couple of 400,000 or something, so it's definitely worth giving them a buzz. And then I might go back and scan this one because these ones could be in range now if it's too cold out that way. Okay, so just make sure it's got the data for it. If it's like 2000 light seconds, I'm not going to bother. No, it's only 916. Yeah, the FSD is worth it just because it makes you do things a little bit faster, especially actually in the bubble. It's handier in the bubble to have a high FSD. Sometimes you've only got to do 2 jumps when it would take you normally like 7. Hey Jess, how's it going? Is it sunny down there in California? Sunny where Tangent is apparently. It normally just rains there. Okay, what have we got? No. Okay, well, not a dud system as such, but certainly wasn't as tasty as it looked when I dropped in, but what are you gonna do? On my way to the Bubble Nebula, followed by, I'm sure one of them's called the Fetus Nebula or something. How many Californians have I got in this stream? I think I might have a few. Oh, we've got a half decent looking one here as well. It's 100,000 light seconds. I'm not doing it in tonight's stream, I'm afraid. RNG. Alright, okay, yeah, I did, because the telly was a little bit loud, but I can turn it up a tiny bit, see if that works. And I think I turned the music up a bit. But thanks for letting me know. Let's have a look, see what... Oh, this one looks alright, actually. Never know. Right, let's see what we've got with this one. Not terraformable yet, but that was only the first step in, so... Hang on, yeah, that was who was talking about tuna sandwiches? I saw your message, but I didn't see who said anything about tuna. You kind of threw me for 6 because you actually came in and then just disappeared. I had no idea what you were talking about. Come on. There we go. Oh dear me. Good system. Oh well. It's to be expected every now and again. How many jumps have we got? 15. I might stick the K in there and I'll get it down to 12, I think. I don't know, I must... maybe it didn't... It doesn't always... I use restream chat and it doesn't always capture every... If people are chatting too fast, it doesn't always capture every one of them. I must have missed it. So I was looking through the chat like, where's this mention of tuna? I couldn't see it anywhere. I just assumed you were drunk. Oh, okay, this one might not be too bad. Let's see what we've got. So it's a G star. I don't know why. Oh no, it's an F. Actually. So we got 670. Anywhere from here upwards. So, gonna be interesting, this one. I'm just trying to think. Walter. You weren't in a second stream at the same time, were you? Disgusting. No, but you didn't happen to be in the second stream. I'm trying to think. Walter? There's Witherinfall, but he wasn't in yesterday, I don't think. And I think he's Russian. Hello, Scott. Welcome in. I've got a class in the morning, so I can't really do it tonight. Oh, Scott. Oh dear. You took one to Colonia, did you? Is it Colonia or is it close to Sajay? I'll be honest, it's worth doing if you haven't done it before. Just make sure they don't get angry and bail on you. Anything above 19 million, you have to check those distances because some of them are ridiculous. They really need to up the payouts on them, like vastly. I'm hoping that, yep, terraformable, so we might be on a good string here, he says. I always say this, don't I? We've got a lot further to go. Ah yeah, this one should be terraformable. Are you going through with it, Scott? Are you going to dump it off? very, very long and hard about that passenger mission. Good lord, people, we do need a new Hast Sajay, bloody hell. Ah, okay. When I first saw that name, I thought he was part of the Marshall wrestling team. Scott, you're from Texas, aren't you? If I remember rightly. I was watching a comedy documentary out Texas the other day. Made me think here. Now that should be terraformable as well. Yep. Okay, so we're on a pretty good string here, but now it's going to get 2, 5. Okay, we might get 2 more out of this. As long as they're not ridiculous distances, which this one isn't. So that's good. 7 credits per light. Yeah. But think about, I mean, if you want to make something of it, you could do it as a long exploration trip and you'd make some exploration money out of it as well. As long as you use the Goldilocks zone chart cheat sheet. Although that isn't helping me all the time, to be honest. You could also stick a rover in there, so to break the monotony you can land somewhere and have a bez around, as long as it's low G. Remember to only land on low G stuff. Okay, that's not terraformable, so we are going to jump on. Actually, we're not. How far is that one? No, not 2,000 later. I'm not. Oh, so we've got another Californian then, have we? Have you already overtaken me yet, Brian? I'll grab that one. No, I mean you can earn over 50 million credits doing that. I think that's what I made on my jump and honk run, and I actually destroyed some of it because. I'd love to go to the wine region there, actually. Oh, were you? I thought I'd caught up to you last night. So tuna flavoured ice cream made you think of a sandwich? Are you sure you weren't drunk? Nope. Okay, let's go on. Well, the bubble nebula there, just off to the right. That's slight right. It's looking quite interesting. And you wonder why you found yourself spreading ice cream on the bread. Oh, we got a double sun system here. I don't know why I don't just call it a binary system. But that's semi-interesting, but I'm not going 130,000 light seconds to scan it. Are you far in front of me, Brian? I've got quite a few in this one, but I don't like them when they get too big because generally there's not much in them, unfortunately. Hey Optech, how's it going? Hey, it's in a bit, Jess. Are you much further ahead? I don't know why I keep saying that. I can be not lazy and actually look in the. Did you pass the bubble nebula then, or are you there? Okay, Symbol, see you soon. Sun system. Yeah, it looks like you might be actually. What's it look like inside? I'm just trying to check back in my videos to see if I've actually been here before. I think I might have been to the Bubble Nebula before. Oh, hang on, we might have a half decent one here. I think those are high metal contents, but there's an earth-like here. So maybe after that one. Oh, an F. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's probably not too bad. I think we're going to be safe with that one, and then it's friend next door, I think. Okay, so this is it's actually quite small. About half the size of the Earth. But it is terraformable, which is good. I'm expecting the high metal content friend to be the same as well. Kick some K's into this. So how long do you think that trip's going to take you, Scott? Depends how much time you've got, really. Don't know why I was pressing my emergency stop button. I don't know. I don't think I've seen it up close. We're going past it, by the looks of it. Yeah, we're going to be going past it. It's one of the... this route I've got is kind of like goes past all the interesting places. As long as it doesn't take any hugely diverted routes, I'll be alright. I'll be alright with it. Wow, a trinary star. That's an interesting one. I didn't check it exactly because I only ran it from where I was, but I don't think it's going to be like a huge difference, and if it's already going in the direction to the next one, it'll be even better. I mean, it looks like that's the general direction anyway. Yeah, we can do a detour as long as it's not like the complete opposite direction of which the next jump's going, which I don't think it is by the looks of it. If the Cocoon Nebula's near it, so then I think that's going to pretty be much in line where it's going to pass through. These are all just suns, aren't they? I've only got 5 to go now. Those two stars are close together. I'm sure I've been to the Bubble Nebula before. It looks pretty spectacular from here, but I'm pretty sure I've been there before. Something tells me I have. Gonna have to fill up on this one. Did Scott go, or did I miss his message? Let's have a look back on YouTube. Must have gone. Whereabouts in California did he live as well, Scott, by the way? How many jumps? 3 jumps.
Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh wow, it looks even better actually when you get away from the sun. Oh, another double one. There's a lot. I've come across a lot of them now. There's a couple of double ones, triple one, but all in pretty close proximity to each other. Oops. Oh, that's getting pretty big now.
Drive charging.
I'll have to slow down a little bit and have a look at it on the next jump. I think I'll be much closer then. Alright, let's see what it's like from this distance. Crazy. There's that one planet, one lonely planet there. Right, I'm just gonna let it run out, and while it runs out there, to get away from the light of the sun, I'll grab a quick cup of coffee. So, be back in 2 seconds. What, was I gone that long? No, I wasn't. Right, let me slow this down. It's a fresh coffee I'm putting on. You were complaining about that yesterday. Or the day before, I don't remember now. Oh, not frame shifty deal. You'll have to wait 2 minutes, Radim. You'll have to wait 2 minutes. Oh, it's okay. You donated to the stream. You can slander me anytime you want. Oh, that's not a bad shot. I think the next drop in I have is going to be better, but I'm still going to take a photograph of it for the Discord. So let me just grab that. When I go back to get the ready-made coffee, then you can slag me off all you want. Bubble 1, I guess. Call it bubble 1. Or it looks to be cut in half bubble at the moment. Yeah, I caught you. Right, okay, let's have a quick look. Right, okay, that's quite... Why is it always like a massive system just before you drop in? Right, so I'm seeing a lot of blue kind of all around me now, so it's kind of a bit of a... Yeah, it's kind of... It's not so good once you're inside it, is it? Have a quick look to see if there's one just a little bit outside. See, I'm kind of here, so I'm thinking we want to be like somewhere like here. This one here will show the grandiosity of it. Let's try this one. Well, as long as I don't crash into a sun on the way. The chat does, or the in comparison to the video, yeah, it's about 30 seconds. I can't do anything with low latency. I don't know why. I've got the net for it. It just doesn't want to deal with it, and inevitably I get huge stuttering, and it's just not very nice to watch. There we go, look at that. That's what we're looking for. Let's get a bit away from this sun, and then we'll be able to take a really good picture. So let's just go across there. Right, so imagine that's that one, and then where's Discord? Discord, okay, there it is. I'm gonna put that one in. suppose we can do it. Yeah, we'll try. We can try yours thing. It's going to mean a bit of a drop down, but I don't know. I don't know how many extra ones. But okay, so there you go. That's pretty big nebula. I'm just going to change the position of my ship because I really don't like that. I really don't like that back shot. Let's do it properly. Oh wow, yeah, that looks good. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. 'Cause I didn't really take one inside. 'Cause it didn't look very good where I was, but.
Frameshift drive charging.
That looks pretty good on the outside, yeah.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, you bugger. I thought that was a stinky fart planet for a second there. Actually, is that masquerading? No, it's not. It actually is an ice planet.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Ah, shut up, Victor. Right, let me just actually go grab that coffee. Helps if you turn the machine on, like. Oh. There we go. No, that's the wrong one. I'm heading towards the planet. No wonder I couldn't jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, 16's my magic number for a system, so you never know what you might have got in here.
Fuel skipping complete.
I used to only slow down for the ones that said 16. That's mocking me. Mocking me, mum. Take those K-stars out, they're useless. Absolutely useless.
Shift drive charging.
Oops. Good morning, it's good night. But I know you live in Aussie land, so... Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody. This is semi-interesting. It's high metal content. That's high metal content. Yeah. Nothing masquerading as anything else, unfortunately. Oops.
Shift drive charging.
Is it Saturday morning for you, David? I'm sure it is, isn't it? So happy days.
Fuel skipping. Fuel skipping complete. Shift drive charging.
Ah, lucky for you. And you, Friday night's just as good. Probably going to be a sun system if it's 3 objects, yeah. It's a bit of a shame.
Fuel skipping complete. Shift drive charging.
He is generally, by the time you're getting drunk on New Year's Eve, he's waking up with a hangover.
Fuel skipping. Fuel skipping
Oh, some of these planet layouts are getting a bit weird. Oh, we've got an Earth type. We've got a double Earth type, I think. I'm going to scan that one first. No, it's an Earth type and a water world, but they're within 500 light seconds, which is really, really nice. So we should get a decent scan off this. Oh, there we go. The question is this water world terraformable? That's the big question. Yep, this is definitely an Earth type. Oops. Nope, it is terraformable, that's good. So 5, 8. I might check out this high metal content world, seeing as I'm here. It's suitable for water-based life. That's good. Tidally locked. Here we go. Check this one out. All right, Bob. Or should I say, Bob? I'm just going to turn the music down slightly because otherwise Bob will start kicking off. I'm only joking when I say that, Bob. Let me just go grab the ever elusive coffee. The question is, was that terraformable? That's the big question. I know it wasn't, so apparently I can go do one. So I will. Okay. Have to do the full spin around here. I don't know, Bob, actually. I don't know how many jumps it is now. 8 jumps. We're actually off to see a world that Brian has previously scanned, an Earth-like, ringed Earth-like water world. And, well, it'll net me a little bit of money, so I'm all for that. I'm just kind of hoping to just catch something decent along the way, and I mean, there's some of these are high metal contents, and yeah, some of them will be terraformable. I'm gonna do some serious some serious exploration for a couple of days when I go up above the galactic plane. I'm gonna kind of take a couple of days and really just relaxingly fly around the area in low jumps and whatnot, and really just check out the best of the best within a particular area and scan whatever's in range. Okay, 5 objects. Probably going to be a sun system, but yep. You can always try and hope that. No.
Frameshift drive charging.
Really, what are you grinding, Bob? You want to just go there and do some boom data delivery missions? You'll be wrapped up in no time. Oh, mind you, if you're doing the overall grind, good luck with that.
Fuel scooping.
Let's have a look. Oh,
Fuel scooping complete.
okay, we have a G-star. 350 to 872. They're all out the range, I'm afraid, and they're probably going to end up being high metal content planets anyway. Oh yeah, and it's quite pretty out in the California Nebula, so you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, really.
Fuel scooping.
7 objects. That one's probably high metal content, because it's got that brownish colour to it, yeah.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
To get that reprint.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, there's an ammonia world straight off the bat.
Fuel scooping complete.
Huh. Definitely go tag that one.
Warning, temperature critical.
Is this a whole unexplored system? Yep, it is. Okay. I should really load up my explorer thing. I've forgotten what it's called now. My comms link for Elite Galaxy Online. I haven't used it for a long time actually, Elite Galaxy Online. It kind of it's a bit iffy last time I used it. It wasn't loading web pages or anything. Looks alright now though. Yeah, but you can do a few boom data missions, you'll be alright, you'll get that up in no time. I always arrive somewhere with a passenger ship and sometimes I'll ship my diamond back in just to do them, but just do boom data delivery, take rep. Grind that rep and then the worst thing is I've come out here, I've been out here for days now and I haven't been running Elite Galaxy Online. Elite Galaxy Online keeps a sorry, 1 second. It keeps a long log of everything that you've looked at. And you can kind of go back and look at them. It tells you if you've got any record discoveries or anything like that. And I like it. I like how it does it. You can get certain information from the, well, at least it used to be. Yeah, you can get certain information from the object, from the system. It just logs everything, and I love it. Really do. It's nice to know. You can actually physically, if you can't remember an Earth type or something you scanned, you can actually go back through your discoveries and get the actual location, which is good, I think. Right, so with that one scanned, I think everything else is high metal content, and we kind of want to arrive where we're going to, which is Brian's song. So I'll be there in a second, Brian. Just a couple of jumps to go. I mean, exploration's whatever it is. I'm not that interested in waiting for the update. I mean, I'll wait for it, but I'm not going to wait half the year to do it. If the update is that huge, I'll go out and do places over again, I think. Nothing of interest there. You're really getting into the engineering thing, Bob. You were kind of just a discovery and mining man when I first came across you. Now you seem to be involved in all the upgrades and everything. Oops.
Fuel scooping.
Okay, Brian. That's a nice one, actually. That's a really nice gas jar. That no, I'll leave it. I was going to fly out to it. That's one of the best ones I've seen in a long time.
Temperature critical. Crankshaft drive charging.
Right, last jump in. Which lightweight modules are you looking at?
Fuel scooping complete.
It's actually, that looks like a really interesting system until you start looking closely at it. That's what I hate about this games making company. That system, when you first drop in, you go, wow, look at all those different colours.
Temperature critical.
Pretty much dog poop. And if you look at that, unexplored. Oh, hang on a second. I just need to move away. If we go back into the system map, you can see unexplored for me, but first discovered by the Flying Scotsman. I wonder who that is. I think I got some lightweight modules off somebody else, but I can't remember who now. Let's see, while I'm doing that, I can plot my next route, which is... It's only a couple of extra jumps actually. Oh. Yeah, actually I can... Wow, that's scanning from a long way out, so that's a big one as well. That'll be interesting to see how much that one's worth, because it's a huge... It's scanned from over 1,000 light seconds out, that one, so I don't know how big it is, or it's just that maybe the rings are giving it more more oomph. Oh, there we go. And the question is, where is Brian? Oh, there he is. It's actually worked for once next to a planet. Let's approach his bridge. Oh, was I? I'll give it a scan now then. Oh yes, oh I did. I don't know why I was scanning it, because I didn't think it was selected. But let's have a look. Oops, sorry. I'll pay for the paintwork, don't worry. Where is it? Actually can't see the, there it is. It's that big round thing there. Is it? Oh. Good looking one, that one actually. Let's have a quick look at the details. Suitable for water-based life. Geysers. Not a ton of oxygen, but the A-ring's metal rich. That's always a good thing. Oh, nice looking system. Just 1 second, I'm just looking up the next one we're going to. Right, so okay, so I'll put the next one in Discord, Brian. It's actually, oh, that's a good picture, I just saw it. Oh, I put it on the wrong one though. This one's actually worth traveling to because it because it has a 2 Earth-like worlds apparently in this system. It's only a few jumps away, so okay, so this is like 9 jumps, and I don't know exactly what it'll be, but then this kind of jump, the next jumps are like all nebula, so I have to check nebula. Cripes. I don't know where I can make my first delivery. I do a proper scan there? I will double check it just in case. Yeah, it's a sun system, unfortunately.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
Okay, we've got 9 things in here, so can hope. No, that's something icy, I think.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rocky ice world.
Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
Oh, you son of a bit. Oh no, actually. Well, they're pretty far, but there's like 3.
Fuel scooping complete.
Ugh, this one's... I'll just check these ones. They're probably going to come out as ice. Yes, so that, I haven't got to worry about that. That one... I don't know what that one is. I think it's going to be high metal content. I think its neighbour is high metal content. Yep. So there's only kind of this one to dawdle over, and I love these ones. They're so blue. I've yet to fully go up to one, but I'll fly out to this one. It's not that far. I see that most of the money-making schemes they've managed to nerf these days. Anyway, it's going to be good news to some people. It seems like a lot of people are having to grind now. I don't know about, I swore to myself I wouldn't be travelling to these ones if I thought they were kind of like that. Might have to run a quiz here. No, I think we'll be alright. By the time, if I could kind of go on to the next one, but to be honest, if I do that now, I'm going to probably be... I've wasted more time than I've saved. Yeah, but I'd like there to be a money making scheme, to be honest with you, just for people who want to fast track the money part of it. I mean, we've been proving the last few weeks. I think Athena's proved it in a ship build as well. If you want really good stuff, you're gonna have to grind it anyway. So why make the money a bigger grind than it is?
Grumpy, grumpy.
Oh god, not this time of night, Bob. I do like a bit of a sing-song, but not this time of night. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, there has been a few times, especially in the early days, when I really didn't know what was going on and what I was doing. Like, I remember spending a lot of money kitting out. I don't know if it was a Type 6. Kitted it out, and then for whatever reason it wouldn't jump, and it wouldn't jump the way I wanted it to. So something, I can't remember what it was, but it wouldn't do what I expected to do. And then anyway, I had to go back into the station, sell a load of stuff, and downgrade them to get it to do what I wanted to. It was such a long time, I can't remember what it was now, but I remember being bitterly disappointed. Then of course I lost 10% on everything that I'd bought and sold back, so... Oh, which one in the California Nebula? Are you on about the passenger missions or something? Which planets, Brian? The ones when I arrive in the when we arrive in the system? No, I don't. Why, have you just arrived there? To a shock horror. Let's see. Oh yeah, they're not too far. They're only a couple of thousand light seconds. There's a... As far as I'm aware... They are. Actually, I don't know. Okay, so... Terraformable. Oof. That's a load off. It is a good spot though, to be fair. If you can get VIP ones, I mean... I used to get some amazing payments in the old days of my passenger missions. I've always wanted to go back and try my spot actually to see if it kind of still pays off, but... Oh, that's all right, Brian. What's that? Probably 10 minutes, maybe. I think when no, maybe it's 10 minutes. I don't know. How am I thinking? It's been so long since I've done the long range stuff. Start a timer. You start going towards them now. Because I've still got 6 jumps, so by the time... And then you can tell me how close you are to them when I arrive. I'll be able to time it down. There are 2 Earth-type worlds. That is 1.5 million. Oh, they are terraformable, so I'll scan his mate before we get out of here. This actually wasn't a bad system. Do you think? Right, let me double check something then, Brian. Give me a moment. I don't really want to sit for 20 minutes doing it either, to be honest. I don't think it's good for the stream. If I was doing it offline, I might do it. Let's have a look. So, route plotting failed. I'm not going to have another night of this crap, are we? Let's go back. Galaxy map. Realistic. Okay. Come on. It's not that far. It actually really isn't that far. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's try this one, and then we'll go back to that one. Okay. This thing can be a right pain in the backside sometimes when you're Yep, it's not gonna let us, is it? Right, we'll have to go up ski. Ah, maybe that's why. Have we got some type of that's really strange. Right, where is it? So it's there. Sorry people, just give us a second. Right, okay, we got that. Oh, we had this problem before and we couldn't get to the location. Right, it's because we've just gone. Right, Brian, I'm gonna have to continue on to where you are because I can't plot to the next place from wherever I am now for some reason. But I should be able to plot it from where you are because it's in the list. So there's something blocking what. Okay, let's continue on then.
Frameshift drive charging.
Well, we'll see where you are when I drop in, and if you're already there, you just scan them and we'll move on. I think
Fuel stopping.
I've actually got pretty decent. I have to make sure I. Oi, 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 oi. Did anybody notice the mistake I made there?
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, that's better. Nearly jumped into a non-scoopable star because I didn't have my settings down right. It's a bloody good job I spotted that. Yeah, I think I've done a couple of 200,000 light seconds, Brian. That's the one where I end up doing like a quiz or something, but I can't remember exactly how long it takes to get there. Whoops, a daisy. If I hit a couple of Earth worlds before I get there, I don't need to scan them too.
Frameshift drive charging.
Shame to miss out on them, but it's probably a bit too much for me. Just get them scanned and move on, I think.
Fuel stopping.
Oh, we got a decent one here.
Fuel stopping.
There we go. That's a water world. Let's go out and scan that one. Oh, I've got an Earth-type world here anyway, Brian, and it's going to be mine. I think it's an... Oh no, it might not be. I might have got super excited there. It looks like a water world now. Damn it. It's alright though, it's on my doorstep, so... It's not the end of the world. At least I hit 2 of them, haven't I? So... I said if I hit a couple before I get there, I didn't mind about those 2 Earth types. Oh, that's just got the colour of an Earth light though when you see it at the beginning. It's got kind of that green, long... not green, that turquoise thing to it. But not even terraformable, that one. Hashtag disappointed in life. Okay, 2 jumps. Oh, we got another one. Well, I'm hitting a string of them now. The last one wasn't terraformable, but still, even hitting a string of them is pretty surprising. And these are unseen ones. I don't think I've hit that many before. Say unseen. 1,000 from a... Oh yeah, that's acceptable. 1,000. Never know. Alright, I'll give them a miss then, Brian. Once I drop in, I'll give you the coordinates to the next place. This one's such good quality. I don't know how quality one is. Right, is it terraformable by any chance? It is. Okie dokie. What about his good friend here? Is he too close or too far? Too far. Alright. Get on with it. So if you've just dropped in the stream, drop by, say hello in the chat. Especially if it's your first time. Do drop a like to the stream if you like it. Oh yeah, look at that string. Look at that. It's a lovely string, that. A twin Earth type. Is that a water world as well? It can't be. No, it isn't. Alright, Brian. Press that one. Oh, come on. The hell is it? There we go. So you think the system maps are the best? In what sense? To look at the planets or something? I don't quite get what you mean, Optech. Let's see if it'll plot a route now. I'm gonna have to go realistic. Click it. Did it fail? This is a weird one. Okay. We might have to unfortunately give that one a miss if it's not gonna. I have no idea why it's not gonna plot to it. Doesn't make any sense that it's not plotting to it. There are stars around it because I can see. So I don't. Yeah, that one's. No, that one failed at the last second as well. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why they're failing down there. But I don't want to really go off in a strange direction if it's just going to fail it. It's probably not the best way to do it. So let's just check this one out. Alright, so that hasn't failed. Now we just need to change it over to the map. I was doing it in the realistic map, Brian. I wasn't doing it in the regular map. Do you know what though? I'll give it a go. You might be right. Just let me check this one. What was I thinking about that? Yeah, sorry, let me just check this one. Oh, we'll just miss that one out, Brian, I think. It's kind of because it's deviating from our route, it's kind of going right down to come all the way back up. But I can do that. I can do that when I go above the galactic plane. This one kind of puts us more in a straight line and takes us to another nebula, so that's all good. I'm just trying to get a bead on this on the map for this. There we go. So I'll put it in Discord for you. Hey Kathina, how's it going? Willkommen. Okay, let me just check that to make sure. Yeah, and this one's kind of going back towards the bubble, so it's going to leave us. It's going to leave us on the edge, towards the edge of the bubble. So it should be a good one to do. Hey Morgan, how's it going? See what we've got on that one. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever, Your Honour.
Frameshift drive charging.
Is that so you can charge and make a big jump? Actually, speaking of the Cocoon Nebula, can't remember exactly which jump that is for us. Ah, so that'll be after this one. So we'll go to this one, and then I think we go to the Cocoon Nebula after that. So. So it says 48 jumps, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a couple more.
Fuel scooping complete.
Into this. There we go. What is it? Oh. I have to wait a second.
Warning.
So it takes it down to 46. What was it before? We can have a bit more fun this way. Probably hit a few more dud ones. I might actually jump a bit faster. It is, yes. Apparently you never grow old and you never die in the Cocoon Nebula.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I've always wondered about that film, like in Cocoon, that you know, on this alien planet you never grow old and you never die. But what if you live next door to a complete twat? Eternity, people. You're talking eternity.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm going a bit space crazy or something. But just some of them seem to. I used to be able to spot stuff just on a dime. I'd drop in, I'd be like, pim pam pum. That's what I'm scanning. And now some of them, you're absolutely sure that it's an Earth type world, or you're absolutely sure that it's a water world or whatever, and it ends up being high metal content or whatever. And like I say, it might just be me. It might just be me, but being a little bit space crazy. But kind of dicks you off after a while. If I'm totally honest. Right. So that one's a high metal content because it's got those brown kind of smidgens. But when Brian flew past one of them the other night, it was actually a water world. That one is a water world. So that's for sure. Let's see what we've got. We've got a couple of good planets in here. We've got a double water world here, but one of them might end up being a high metal content. I don't know. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, it doesn't show the actual position. Now, sometimes, to be honest with you, now I'm kind of learning, okay, the sun's here. I can see the band here, so I'm going out. But then when I click others, I'll see, oh, they're in that position. I'll think, do you know what? They're probably not actually going to be terraformable. So I'd love it if they could actually get like a... They've said it's impossible. I know. I remember them saying it's impossible to do it in a kind of the way we'd like to see it. Oh yeah, Brian. Yeah. I get what you're saying, and that's what I do. It's just it's a bit annoying when you drop in on a map and you're like, oh, look at that one, that one, that one, that one, and then they end up all being duds. Well, they're not duds, of course. They might be terraformable, but I don't know. There's just something about it. I think they've slightly in the most recent update. I think they've made slight changes. I think there's a percentage where X can be Y or Y can be X, and oh, the sound clue is really nice, David. It's actually good for people who play on their own. I mean, for me, it's not happening, but it is quite good. Even the SRVs, the clues, the clues are pretty good when you can hear them. Yeah, exactly. And there's never the opposite way around. You never look at a crap planet and go, oh well, and then it turns out to be an Earth-like world. I think they've just tinkered with it just slightly. I guess as an explorer it keeps you guessing, and but it's like one of those situations where you feel like if they make a change and it makes something a little bit more exciting, that's different. But when you've been used to doing it one way and they change it to make it more difficult, then you feel like you've been robbed rather than rewarded. Is that because of the Wolf Riot Star or something? Why am I going so slow here? What happened there? Do we have to get the fire extinguisher out? You're a bit late dropping in tonight, Kathina. What happened? Did you have a life or something today? Bum bum bum. Oh, they don't. Oh, we're gonna have to do the dip of shame, not the loop, because I don't do a loop, I dip. They're called prunes, Brian. Prunes. Where these Scottish people get their language from? Let's have a look. I just had to slightly change it a bit there. Terraformable, so alright, I'll take that. 3,000. Do you know what? We might have our first one here that is I might check on that. Yep, terraformable. Okay, so I'm going to check on this one because I was talking about this earlier. And I want to see if it's actually terraformable. Oh, no, I don't. I'm not traveling 3,000 light seconds just to check on a hunch. It's not happening. Dates, prunes, it's a poor joke. Dates are prunes, aren't they? Or are dates and prunes are prunes.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, you bastard! I thought that was a. I thought for a second that was Ammonia World for a split second.
Fuel scooping complete.
It's just stuck out. I don't think dates actually are prunes. They might be a member of the same family, but
Friendship drive charging.
it's Friday, Brian. I don't care. I don't think I'll ever need prunes. It's a weird conversation to be having with the internet, but I don't think I'll ever need them. Touch wood.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Honestly, I need to get somewhere where I can sell my data. I'm itching to sell it here. I just did a search for dates on Google and for some reason it's brought everything up in French on my computer. Very strange. Probably been hacked. I did say it was a strange conversation, Bob. I didn't say you'd want to be a part of it. Yeah, we'll stay away from all that, David. Don't worry. It's high metal content.
Friendship drive charging.
I've never had to do it, Strange Duck. I don't know why.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, we're hitting some real khaki systems here, and that's because I've got K-stars on. Welcome in, by the way, Strange Duck. Fermented grain? Isn't that just beer? Yeah. Whiskey. I've got to be good tonight because I've got a class in the morning. So, okay, we've got a big blue here, and this isn't far away. So I'm going to go take a picture of this one because I promised myself the next big blue I was going to take a nice picture next to it. Exactly. And if you've just dropped into the stream, because I know there's tons of people watching now, so I'm guessing Yamik's just finished or something. Drop by, say hello in the chat. That's what it's there for. Always nice to meet new people. And don't forget to give the video a like if you like what you're watching. If you like watching somebody jumping and scanning, if that's your type of thing. You crazy bastard. Oh, is that on? Oh, come on, come on, come on. And when I get this, I can get this nice photograph. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I don't like the spot where the sun's shining off it. I don't like that at all because it kind of spoils it. I was hoping to kind of fly up to it with a massive blue backdrop, but that kind of sunspot's really spoiling it. So I'm going to try and fly around the... I don't know which side. No, I think actually the other side's the better side to get more blue. I'm going to just swing by the side of it here. That is a heck of a water world, that one. Hey Zena, how's it going? Let's have a look. You can't get away from that. Oh, you can't get away from that sunspot. It doesn't really look anything special now. Oops. Wrong button. Well, at least I scanned it. Oop. See where Brian is. He's a little bit higher up than me. "14 objects isn't too bad actually. You never know." Bloody asteroid belts. See, this is another god-awful system. It looks alright on paper. I mean, if you're genuinely out here... Alright, Bob, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by the stream. If you're genuinely exploring, this is a great system because you've got loads of planets stuck together and everything, orbiting each other. Lots of nice colours in there. It's not a bad system, really. It's not really a bad system at all. Yeah, I've got a little application for my tablet which can actually do that. I just never bloody have it set up because my tablet is terrible. But I keep saying I'll do it because it makes jumping a lot easier sometimes. But I think you can do it if I get the HCS or HSC, I can't remember, voice pack. Then I think that does it anyway, so... Gonna check that, but no. See you later, Bob.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, this might be alright. You never know. No, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it is a good option. I should maybe map it onto this joystick, to be honest. I have a few buttons spare, I never seem to use them. Why don't you come out on some type of thing with me sometime? You'll get it before you know it. 209. I'll just do the. You could actually do the road to riches. You'll have it in. You could have it in a couple of days. Seriously. Just doing the road to riches, you'll have it in a couple of days easy. You can't really moan about that. Well, you could. You get it so fast.
Frankshift drive charging.
Right.
Fuel scooping.
Let's jump in, get see what we've got going on here. Wow, I'm gonna have to knock the K's off because they're driving me crazy. They're just not worth having on at all these days. I'm gonna knock the A's out as well. I honestly think the K-stars these days are worthless. I don't know if they've changed something in the last few updates, or whether it's just there is so many K-stars out there that I don't know how many K-stars I've hit on this trip. I started off with them for the first leg, and I think I hit one Earth type and one water world in all of the K-stars I hit. You could, yeah, that's an idea. But you wouldn't get the 290 million in data doing that. That's why I think the road to riches, at least it's profitable, and there's a couple of nice looking worlds on there as well, and you can be really picky with it so that you only choose the ones that are in distance. You're not flying like all over the place to collect it, you know, like the ones that are 30,000 light seconds, you can just knock them off. You're still going to make it with the whole list. Oops. Oh, they do? Okay. I didn't know that. I think you'd have to buckyball it a few times for 290 million though. I think at the moment you get 20, even if you're aligned, you get 30 million. So you'd have to buckyball it a few times. I just got a weird message there. The last something star on your route. Oh well. Here's my crappy run of sun systems. Yeah, but I don't understand what it means. Last main sequence star. I'm a bit off what that actually means.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Yeah, but these ones are all scoopable.
Shift drive charging.
I mean, this one I just flew through there was scoopable. New one on me.
4, 3, 2. Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is it came up with a message saying last main sequence star en route. But if you're talking about them being connected to scoopable stars, well, it wasn't, because I'm scooping as I'm going, so I'm scooping from every star. So I don't understand what it meant by last main sequence star en route. I haven't updated my route or anything. I haven't changed anything.
Shift drive charging.
I might just be having a brain fart, I don't know. Honestly, I might just be having a brain fart, but I don't get why it came up with that message. If I was jumping into a system and it came up with that because it was my last jump of the range, then I would understand it. But I've still got a ton of jumps to go.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Shift drive charging.
Three, two, one, engage.
Fuel scooping.
You might be right, strange duck.
Fuel scooping complete.
Hang on, David seems to have an explanation. Hang on a second. Oh, we've actually dropped into a decent system as well, so I'm just going to pull back on the stats. It seems to ensure the plateau sometimes. It could be that then. Yeah. I seem to have done all right. Like I've not. Everybody was. I seem to remember the first day we left. Everybody was laughing, saying, "I wonder how long it is till we have to call the fuel rats." Well, ha ha ha. Jokes on you. Right. Bring up the list, or no? Yes, okay. I don't think I've come across an Earth type in forever. Come to think of it, I honestly don't think I have. That one could be scannable. I think that's high metal content, yeah. I saw kind of some brown mixed in with the blue, so I just assumed. It was a good assumption, but I just assumed. I can't believe the passengers actually count towards discovery. I think I'm a bit disgusted by that. Are you using a glitch in the matrix to fill your needs there, Kathina? Yeah, and it's just, well, the thing for me, Brian, is I don't think the payment is, it's not so much the fact that you go out there and do it. I don't think the payment should add towards that 260 million, because what if you've been scanning, somebody's been scanning Rocky type worlds forever to hit that 260 million, and then Kathina comes along with a rich oil baron stuffed into the kitchen, underneath the kitchen sink, because there's no extra space to get him on the ship, and then gets like 5 million or something. I don't know, it's a strange one. I don't think the actual passenger mission should count. The distance could count. That's fair.
Frameshift drive charging.
So yeah, like I say, I don't think it's so much the distance, it's the money side of it, I think. That I'd kind of disagree with myself. The money's like a booster, isn't it? Especially if you're earning like 12 million, like I was earning 12 million with some passenger missions. It's a pretty big fast track. Right. Yeah, I was doing that for a while, David, in my cool running Diamondback. I like that. Who was it? Tangent came in earlier and said he doesn't think he's ever scanned the planet. Or he said, I don't think I've ever scanned a single terraformable or something. It depends if you're shipping slaves, I suppose. I don't know, I haven't really thought about that. No, it probably shouldn't. Probably should be a different rank for that, actually. Oh, that'll be a water world. But it's got a mate swinging by it, so I don't mind. Because you're exploring in your SRV, aren't you? Essentially. I take my SRV out on a planet, I'm exploring. It's going to take you a long time to get fucking elite in that. It's probably somebody's been doing it since day one. Still doing it. It's only halfway, they're probably not even at Pioneer. Oh, terraformable. Nice one. I'll scan his mate. That'll give us a cool takeaway. While that's scanning, let's have a look where we are. Oh, Brian's just above me. Can't quite work out where we are in the... Oh, we're not far from the bubble now, are we? Where the hell I've got that bookmarked? But yeah, we're not a whole huge distance from the bubble. To be totally honest, can't even see where the Formidine Rift is now. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
No, it's not the you're misunderstanding how I'm saying it. It's not the exploration distance. Yes, you are exploring with them. Unless you're running the same mission over and over again, then that'd be a different argument. But the payment you get for it The Beetlejuice is brilliant. Yeah, I really like that one. I was in fear of blowing up, but I liked it. But I just think if you're taking the payment into consideration, because that's how you get your elite rank, is from money made. So you're gonna get it so quickly doing that. It doesn't seem fair to me. I know. Well, I'm sure in the we were talking about this last night. I'm sure in the Q4 update, I have a feeling they're gonna put some extremely nice nebula in the game. I think there's probably going to be a ton more tourist destinations. I'm really surprised at how few tourist destinations there are. You can really start repeating a lot of them very, very quickly. You know, so I'm gonna get there in a lot faster than that. Aren't I?
Fuel snooping.
Great one. Literally.
Drive charging.
I just looked at the system map, yeah.
Fuel snooping.
Yeah, well, I've said they need some type of procedural generation. As far as I'm aware, everything in the game that is kind of there to go and view has to be hand put there, pretty much. I think that's where the big problem lies. You've got such a big game, and yet you're expecting someone to go in and hand draw stuff into the game. It's slightly ridiculous. You do need some type of procedural generation of it. I'd love to see volcanoes in the game, actually. That's something I was thinking about the other day. I know you've got geysers at the moment, but they're not very spectacular. But imagine being able to go fly to a planet and see huge volcanoes going off. Andover. Andover. What's the date today? 21st. Oh, Blackout's not on now. I didn't think about that. Let me open Uplay. Yeah, it would be fantastic. Kathina was just on about that the other night. We were circling a really good looking. I was circling a really good looking one, and it would be fantastic to be able to land on them. I don't see it happening with this game engine. I've said to people before, I think this game engine is much more limited than any of us can imagine. I think there's serious limitations to it in certain ways. So, unfortunately, it is in a certain way, Brian. But this from what I was reading before, I think it was in Ask Me Anything on Reddit or something. Yes, the universe essentially is procedurally generated, but the actual things on planets have to be put there. They have to physically be put there. So, if they're not there, but I'd like them to have some type of generation thing where they can put things on planets. I mean, you look at, I know I keep saying it all the time, but you look at something like No Man's Sky. It's because No Man's Sky, the graphics and everything, okay, terrible. The gameplay itself is not that great, but the way that game can create a planet, just create it. I want that in this game. It would be fantastic to see animals and crazy ass animals, you know, and whatnot in it. I think it would be really cool, and to see like various weather effects and stuff like that. We just don't have them in this game, and it's because they obviously can't do it in this engine.
Frankshift drive charging.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Just erect a massive monument of your commander.
Ready to engage.
I heard they inhabit Raxxla. That's what I heard. Oh, this could be a good one.
Fuel scooping complete.
I say that, there's 2 planets. And one of them's high metal content. I love it. Stop doing this to me. It's not fair. I'm a good person. Yeah, it would be nice, David, just to see. I don't know about crash ships, but definitely they need. At the moment, I generally touch down on planets for 2 reasons: a rest, or because there's something on the planet that I want to go scan and get money for and see. And unfortunately, isn't enough. There isn't enough stuff out there to go see, and that's what makes exploration so bad. I mean, Kathina's saying there she just can't do it because it's jump. But if there's actually stuff out there to find, and if it's generated differently, a little bit differently in each place, and you have those variables where you know, I've going back to No Man's Sky, I've landed on some planets in No Man's Sky that I've absolutely fallen in love with. Like, the animals are really good. Some planets the animals are really stupid, but some planets I've landed on the animals are really good, the vegetation's really good, and I've actually genuinely enjoyed discovering things on that planet, scanning it, and getting the money for it. Now the game on a whole is nowhere near Elite, but in other things it's way better than Elite in other areas, and I just wish that they could do it, but I just guess they can't. Ah, right, okay, so yeah, some more variety and whatnot, yeah. Yeah. And it would be really nice. It would make... I'd certainly be out exploring a lot more. Especially as we've talked about this in stream as well. Being able to pick stuff up from orbit and not having to go down onto the planet and just keep driving around for days until you find something. Try this one if it's not too far. It's too far. Keep going.
Shift drive charging.
Yeah, well, that's why I think that creatures are absolutely impossible in this game engine. If you look at this game engine in reality, there's not a huge amount of animation going on in it. Even, I mean, there's kind of like your pilot, but he has really limited maneuvers. Your pilot does this. It's not a lot of animation going on there. Even the ships, there's not a lot. They have a little bit of animation where you put the gears down and certain things will slot back, but it's not a huge amount going on there. Kind of animals and give them a gait and give them a movement. I just maybe it's not possible in this instance. That's fine as long as they're working on the next one. I thought Jurassic Park had a different engine. I thought it was the same one as Roller Coaster, Tycoon Empire World. I can't remember its name now. I don't see. I mean, yeah, it's the same engine, but I don't know if they utilize it in the same way. Seems very different from the videos I've looked at. I'm not a programmer, to be honest. I'm not a programmer, so I don't know. But looking at this game, as it is, there's restraints about what you can do. There's, like I say, there's not a huge ton of like animation going on in it. So there isn't. They haven't put much on the planet. I mean, if you look at the geysers, they're pretty weak. They're not exactly spectacular. Some of them, when you drive over them and they shoot you half a mile into the air, that's pretty spectacular in the way that it does it. But actually looking at them, they're not nothing great. But I might be wrong. Quarter 4, they might have this huge thing coming out. This is a pinch of salt.
Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, apparently it's a different group working on Jurassic Park. Apparently. Isn't that what they said? They said they have their own special group working on Jurassic Park. I don't know if they have that much budgetary constraint though, because Brian pretty much buys everything they have for his ship to pimp it out. I buy stuff every now and again. I mean, I think people invest in it, and I know it's not a popular thing to say, but I would pay for a new update. I would pay for a new part of the game if they want to invest money in something. I'll pay into it. I think I've got my money's worth out the game. I've got more than my money out of the game. I'd happily invest for another add-on. Quite happily. And apparently a Chinese company bought a lot of shares in them, so I don't know if money's actually a big problem now. I think that's why they took on the Jurassic Park project. And when you hear David Braben talk about Elite, he has massive ideas for it and massive wants. So I would expect them to... I don't know, I kind of expected them to do a lot more than... Sorry, I just got pulled away by something. I'm looking at another game that I play. There's been quite a big update to it, so. I didn't know that. Ah, well, if you bought that, David, then that's what you should be given. Would you still put money into it, though, if they said they needed money to update it? That game will never come out, Kathina. Never. I'll put my right testicle on that game never coming out. Chris Roberts is going to get burned at a stake one day for that thing. I'm telling you. He's going to get hunted down. I didn't actually know they were doing the I didn't actually know they were doing the free weekend. I was a bit miffed I missed out on it, because I would have loved to have done some reviews on that thing. Yeah, I mean it's disgusting what's going on over there in that company. They are literally I'll be honest with it, because I've been looking at a lot of stuff about it. They almost have like a cult attitude. They've managed to get people invested in the game who have quite a lot of money, because there's a lot of rich kids out there, and a lot of rich, not just rich kids, but rich people who play computer games and they want that game to work, and they're basically bribing them, taking advantage of them in order to donate to keep it going. It is a very strange thing what's going on over there, and I've said it could kill Kickstarter games. They've had an obscene amount of money, and they're still making money, and the game is nowhere near. I'd love to see what his paycheck is. I really would. Oh, they do? Oh, wow. I mean, I'm sorry, but 180 million, there's no excuse not to have a game out. No excuse. What they could have done is they could have made a really small base game and then built around it, and people would have kept investing that way. What they're doing now is they're doing all these kind of taster things, should I put it? Not taster things on supercomputers, and making people salivate. If you can get the likes of the Flight Simulator fans on your side, you can make a huge ton of money. No, I used to play Flight Simulator, and some of the add-ons for Flight Simulator were 40 or 50 euros, and people paid it for an aeroplane or for an airport, and people would pay it. I just hope it's not the end of I hope they don't have kind of a negative effect on Kickstarter games. It doesn't? I didn't even know that. I thought it did, but... Ah, well, that's interesting, Commander Glass. That comes from Second Life. So I wonder if their intention is to create Second Life in space. I don't know whether you know about Second Life, but that's mental as well. There was people buying houses in a game which, well, I mean, it's a Second Life apparently, but there were people buying houses in game for as much as you would buy a house in real life. Still going, actually.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, at least you can trust Bethesda. They generally do a good job. No, absolutely, yeah. And they could destroy it. I mean, if it ever gets out that they basically stole £250 million from their Alright, Brian, have a good night. Yeah, I'm gonna just round off a little bit and then head off myself. Oh yeah, I'm nearly at the destination actually. Yeah, if the news agencies or even stuff like that work out that they're gonna get away with £250 million for making what is essentially not even a test product. No? Oh, you can't trust any of them, can you? That's the thing. They're all the bloody same. We must be getting close to the bubble because I can see the cellar region now. Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing I always think. Imagine. Probably still be where it is now. Psycho San Marco will be like, I've got a job for life. Well, I always talk about the loonies taking over the asylum. And maybe that company's just the perfect example of it. No, I saw the Yamix one, and I've seen what's his face? What's his name? Is it Sausage Fingers? Sausage Fingers actually has a good time in game, but he takes the piss out of the things that it's supposed to have that it doesn't have. So he does kind of like trade missions, but without any trade, because the trade system isn't up and running. But you can get the stuff on the back of his ship. So. Right, 9-7, Brian. The Sada region looks really weird. Just out there, like, it looks like a holy cross. It looks like a Jesus cross just out in the middle of nowhere. A Jesus cross? Christian cross. Hey. Unbelievable, isn't it? Whoa, that is a bright star. I'm actually physically squinting. That's, It's not? Oh, I thought it was. It looked like a line. Are you sure? No, I'm in my next jump location, aren't I? Oh, you mean the bubble... Not the bubble nebula, I can't remember. The cocoon nebula or whatever. I'm in the blue snow... No, I'm not. I'm in the NGC nebula. Okay. Cripes on a stick. This is nice and blue here, though. I do like that. I'm blue by a peanut butter. You sure, Brian? I trust you over me, to be honest. I just thought it was the Saddle region. Or the Fetus Nebula. Okay. Right, yo. Good night, Brian. Okay, people, I'm also going to call it a night because I've got a class in the morning, so no rest for the wicked, I'm afraid. So thanks for dropping in tonight. I might actually do a bit of afternoon streaming tomorrow. Or maybe on Sunday, I'm not too sure yet. So I hope everybody has a good afternoon, evening, or good night. Okay, so I will catch you later, Commanders. 9-7.